You want to take a new job. You understand? You want to get married. Look, I was listening to someone speak yesterday, and the person was saying that many young people even make the mistake of thinking that because a job pays more, then I should take that job. Look, he even said something that blew my mind. He said, if you're a young person, the first thing that you should be thinking about is not the job that pays more, but a job that empowers more, that gives you more skill, you understand, that gives you more responsibility very early in life. You understand? So if you have a job that gives you more skill, more responsibility, later on in life, you would probably be able to demand more money. But if you enter into an organization that you just do one small thing in that organization, and probably is a big organization, and you're making so much money, later on in life, you probably might not be able to move as frequently as a person who has a lot of skills, because he's responsible for many things. He has a lot of responsibilities. At the age of maybe 35, after 10 or 15 years of working, the person can become a CEO. You cannot become a CEO. I mean, there was a day that I was listening to GE before they entered into their big trouble, and the MD was saying, or the CEO was saying, that they didn't have enough leaders in the organization. And I said, but you have a lot of people who have come into leadership pipelines. Well, yeah, because they didn't give them responsibility, so they could not entrust shareholders' money to them. So that tells me that you must be careful how you take decisions. And someone said to me many years ago, he said, your decisions, your directions will determine your destination. Your directions will determine your destination. If you are facing Ibadan, you cannot get to the Atlantic Ocean, because from Ibadan, you probably get to the Sahara. You understand? You will never get to the Atlantic Ocean. So what you face determines what you face in life. When you face will determine what you face. So if you face God and let God lead you, you would find out that this life journey will be beautiful. It's at the end of the day, you come back and you find out that life is a journey. Your experience, your business, your experience, your employment, your experience in marriage, it was just a journey. But the most beautiful thing about it was that if God should lead you, your journey would have a different destination than if God would not lead you. And so somebody said to me a wise man said to him, he said, if you do not change your direction, then you would be headed to where you're heading to now.